So hello and welcome to another one of these great interviews with women who are living, what would you say?
Living my best life,
Yes,
for sure.
love
And I
that.
think that is overused, and some people don't like it. But I just like to say, from my point of view, it is a choice, and it is hard work. You have to work at it every day. I don't feel like running every day. I don't feel like exercising every day. I feel like eating chocolate every day, but I don't. They are my choices.
Isn't that interesting? It's so funny you say that, because anyone who watches The Elegant Life knows that I say it's all about choices. Every single day you have a choice about this or that. It's gorgeous that you say that. So let me introduce our guest today. I'm so thrilled to have found you actually through a YouTube video. It wasn't even one of your own, actually. It was a beauty. Some gentleman was doing your makeup. Yes, Himdash.
Yeah,
And found out that Caroline Labouchere is living here in Dubai, so we can do this live. I love that. So now, I'm not going to tell your story because I think the words are going to come best from you. So I just want you to tell women, where are you in your best life now? So they get to know a little bit about you.
Where am I? I am braver now than I have ever been. I have been married for 28 years and have followed my husband. He was in the army for 30 years, so was more than happy marrying him because he was already in the army. So when I married him, that was my choice to become wife of. I used his number. I didn't have a name. 517289.
Wow.
And so everywhere you went, you used his number. That was fine for me.
That was a choice.
That was a choice, yeah. And I didn't ever want to do anything else. I was quite happy living that life, being the wife of and having children and being a mother. I wasn't my happiest. I was content. I would say, possibly, you know how people say, I wasn't living my life. I was existing.
Oof, this is huge. This is huge. Because I think a lot of people are
to do that.
Okay. It is. And you think, well, and you know, a lot of women think, and this is why I'm doing this series, is yes, life can be good. But the elegant life is about, no, life can be even better.
Exciting.
Exciting.
Now I'm excited about life.
Joy, fulfillment, wholeness. We're not just meant to feel okay here.
Yeah, and I'm not putting down the parenting part of my life, because that's what
been there.
That, and I was fine.
Yep.
I didn't want anything else. I didn't know there was anything else. So I wasn't looking, and then this opportunity came up. My daughter was working in London, and she said her boss was looking for a grey model. I wasn't a model. I was grey. And so I was flown to London, met the company director. They loved me. I did this amazing shoot. The pictures are behind me.
Is this the first shoot that you did?
First shoot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will do a close-up after, because these are stunning.
I didn't even know I could do it.
Did they guide you at all, or was that just you felt naturally?
I just felt everything worked on that day. I was the only model, and I was wearing fabulous clothes. I think it helps if you're wearing amazing clothes.
Yes.
And my hair had been done by an amazing hairstylist. My makeup had been done. I felt better on that day than I did on my wedding day. I felt beautiful, and I had never felt that beautiful.
Oh, see, that's a tip too, really, ladies. No clothes are not the end-all be-all. No makeup is not the all and beauty, but they do help you bring out and express a version of yourself that can allow you to express something that maybe you couldn't if you didn't have those. I mean, I know when I wear a certain color, I feel even more powerful. If I feel something more structured, I have a different, it's all
It is, but it doesn't mean to
connected.
say you have to wear makeup every day to make yourself feel good.
No.
I'm more than happy every day not to wear makeup, but I feel totally different when I'm made up.
Yes, yes.
It's like a different, it does give you confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
if you know that you're all put together. But also I have to say, having good skin has an enormous impact, and I've been seeing a dermatologist since September, and my skin is really good now, and it never in my life been as good as it is now.
Makes a difference.
That does.
Makes
So
a
not even the
difference.
makeup thing, having good skin, and people saying to you, oh my goodness, your skin's great, what are you doing, is a huge booster.
Absolutely. I think that as we get older, I'm 48, and as I get older, that's the one thing. Well, I've actually taken care of my skin my whole life because I had severe acne when I was younger.
Wow,
so I've
doesn't
always,
show at all.
it's taken a while to get there, but probably I would say even for the last maybe 17 years, it's all been clear, but I've focused always on skincare. And now as I'm, after 45, you start treatments and things like that. And
Yes.
I find...
And there are some amazing treatments out there.
Fantastic, yeah.
There is something to be done for every issue. And life is too short not to do something about it. If you're looking in the mirror and thinking, I hate this, if you have an issue, do something about it. We can do anything.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, okay, so where you are in your life right now, you are modeling, you're over 50, I can say that, right?
I'm 56 this year.
Oh, congratulations. And so you're modeling, you've been in what kind of things? Just give people an idea. We love to celebrate women, so no worries about bragging, okay?
Well,
go for it. We lift women
I would just
up.
like to point out that most of the castings I go to these days here, I am old woman, old lady. 45 to 60 is considered old lady. And those are the castings that I go to. I recently went to a casting and I was cast. I was the lady with sagging skin.
Okay. So you have to have self-knowledge about yourself to just say, okay, whatever.
Yeah, and then I'm in another casting with a 34-year-old and we're working together and they say, can you ride a horse? Yes, I can, but they're asking the 34-year-old. Yes, I can, and I'm going, yes, I can too. Can you hike? Yes, I can. Yes, she can too. And we went through this whole list, and at the end he said, you're too old to do that. And I said, well, could you possibly tell the director that he's being ageist? Because I am absolutely capable of doing all of those things.
Yes.
So still there is
completely
this huge
fit.
perception of
Wow.
age, which we, as mothers, have to teach our children that age is a number.
Oh, well, I don't know about you, but when I used to be young and I would think of someone 48.
You
for
just said
example.
that when I used to be young.
Oh,
See? We just do it all the time.
Younger, yes. But the thing is, inside, I mean, I feel definitely more wise, that's for sure, more self-confident, more
Life
secure.
experiences.
Exactly. But the little playful, funny, quirky girl is still inside of me.
Yes.
And like you and me, we take care of our bodies, so come on, let me go out there and shine. And that's
Yes.
another reason why I'm doing these interviews.
Yeah.
Let's go out and shine and show them how this chapter 2 that actually we get to create. Because I think in the earlier part, we maybe have to give ourselves up maybe for the children a little bit, and we make that choice. I made that choice too. But now it's like we're the architect of our life. Let's drive it. Let's paint it. What do we want to do? No one can say no. We create it.
I've stepped into a new part of my life where I'm actually having to help in the family funding, which I've never had to do before in my life.
Another question I have is, you said at the beginning that you never even knew that anything like this was possible. You never wished for anything, but can you remember a time when you were small that you thought about the future and what it held, that you saw someone's life you admired? Like, was there ever a time you could see that there was a seed put in there?
No, never, because my mother was a wife, and it's so easy to say just a wife or just a mother.
Yeah.
And I would say that about myself also. I had to check myself. I was just a wife, just a mother. I only wanted to get married and have children. that is what my mother did, and that was the way that I was brought up. Schooling was not that important in my family. None of us went to university, and that's the way it was.
So this was like
I
just
didn't
a
know I
divine
wanted this.
gift.
Huge, huge. And now I know this is what I want. I love every moment of it. I love every opportunity, and I say yes to everything. And I get really random emails like, come to China and enter the beauty pageant, which I did literally with a week's notice. And I'm thinking, yeah, really. I went and I won the beauty pageant. Bizarre. So I have a very big crown downstairs.
Look at this! Congratulations!
I know. And that was last January last year. That was so random. I've been to speak at an event in Germany, in Munich, and I was asked to Napa Valley to speak.
But she's saying yes. See, I'm going to put a link to another video that I did where I said, just start saying yes. I think I titled the video something like, the one word that will change your life. Just start saying yes. Even if you have never done something before, even if it scares you, just say yes. Just be curious about life, because you don't know where life's going to take you.
Who you're going to meet.
If you never said yes to your daughter saying, come over to London, none of this would have been possible. So
Last
this
week,
is a huge lesson.
I had 8 flights in 7 days. I went to London for 24 hours, then Saudi, then back to London, and then back here. I would have been terrified of doing that before. And yes, I still lose my passport and I still lose my credit cards, and I am not that organised. I do need my husband to pack for me, because he is always packed for me, because he's one of those military packers, you know, everything is rolled and everything is perfect, and I just throw stuff in. But I'm brave and I'm doing it. And
Where did that bravery come from?
I just decided that I wanted to live life. I just made that decision that I didn't want to sit at home and wait to be a grandmother, which is what I would have done. When are you going to get married? When are you going to have children? That is the easy option though, isn't it, to stay at home? And now I'm asked to events quite frequently in Dubai, so I go out in the evening by myself, I walk into these events by myself. I rarely feel uncomfortable. I've probably felt uncomfortable once going by myself, but I went, that's fine.
Where do you think that came from, this confidence to do this now? Is it just because you made that decision?
It's my age. I feel, as I said, I feel brave. I feel confident in knowing who I am. But probably a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have said I know who I am, but now I know what I want, and I want to continue modelling, and I want to travel, and I want more out of life. And so that's what's on my vision board, and that is my affirmations. It's gonna happen somewhere or another.
Great.
So yeah, positivity.
If I asked you, what do you receive most from you being able to do this work and do this kind of self-expression, what do you receive most from this now?
I love helping people. I love speaking to people and letting them know that anything is possible if they want it to be. When people say to me, I want to lose weight, can you help me lose weight? And so I messaged this lady and I said, could you send me a list of everything that passes your lips in the next 24-hour period? They didn't respond to that question. They don't want to do that. They don't want it enough.
Or, for example, the ladies that you know all about me, there's that they want it, but something's in them saying it's not safe, you can't really do that, you're not worthy of that. I mean, that's the biggest thing. That's why I do what I do, because I know that there's women all over the world with these desires, these little, I mean, why do you think, I just did an Instagram post about that movie Under the Tuscan Sun, and it just blew up, like, you know, everybody's saying, oh, that movie, it was amazing, it gave permission to do this and this and this. And why do we love those kind of movies? Because it's like, wow, she went, she didn't have anything, she was at probably the most vulnerable time in her life, and she just went and she did it. Women want that, but they're not giving themselves permission to do it. That's the number one. They're waiting for someone else. And I always say, who are you waiting permission from? I mean, we're all at this age now.
Yeah.
We don't need, and anyway, you don't ever need anybody's permission but your own. And then if you feel you're not able to do it, to go forth with it, then there's something blocking you, and that's solvable. I mean,
it is. It does help if you have supportive people around you. And my husband is very supportive. He is actually the best Insta husband, I believe, that exists. And he is ready at the drop of a hat to help me, and is very proud that I am making a mark, that I am now independent. And it doesn't worry him at all. It's a real positive. I used to, because he's a triathlete, so he is away for many hours cycling, and I never know when he's coming home. So I was kind of a triathlete widow for quite a long period of time, and I guess before that, then being in the army, he'd be away for 10 months at a time, and I would there again be waiting. So this is very different. Now I say I'm going to Saudi next week, or I'm doing this, that and the other, and he picks up the slack. And I mean, it really helps obviously that we don't have kids at home, that they are, well, our daughter at 23 is at home, but she can look after herself.
yes.
So I'm in a very different place, that I have total freedom.
It's gorgeous. So I always say that when we're truly passionate about something, there's always a little bit of an undercurrent of how can I use this to help other people. I find that's where most of our passions, they have a bit of an underlining of that. And you mentioned that you love helping women. How do you feel that your work now serves women in the world?
It is all over the world. It is from Brazil to, I don't know, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand. That's the wonder of social media, that you are able to reach women all over the world. I think I have a lot more to do and a lot more to learn to help more people, but I do respond to all of the messages that I get, and it's anything from skincare routine to, people are just interested about what happens when you're a little bit older, in your middle years.
And you're living life that seems kind of exciting.
Yes.
Don't you think so?
Yes, that is true. But I'm not perfect by any means. No one is perfect, and no one should want to be perfect. The making the mistakes makes you a better person, I believe.
Gives you wisdom, absolutely.
Yes, I have a little bit of wisdom because I've made many mistakes. But it is a decision to be happy and to live your best life. And I think that even if you make one choice today, one tiny choice, it will lead to other choices.
100%. Now you seem quite self-assured and quite confident now. Has there ever been a job where you've had some self-doubts arise? And if so, how did you handle them to get yourself through it, to continue going?
I did one job where they drew wrinkles on my face, and
you are kidding!
No, it was for it was a campaign for people to get their heart checked, and obviously you have to be old to get your heart checked. Not. And so yes, I had to wear wire-rimmed glasses and had these wrinkles drawn on my face. And at the time I thought, really? And I did say to the director, really? And he said, yeah, we feel this is what we need to do. And
so internally it bothered you?
It really, and it still bothers me, obviously, because it's wrong. and I don't consider myself old. I'm 55 is not old. You know, my grandmother was 97 when she died.
Seriously?
She was old.
That's basically midlife now.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
Yes.
That's really what I feel.
So it's not. So I went through with it. I was being paid, but.
What about doubting your ability? Is there ever a time when you've had that where you're just so...
I had to smile a lot in one. Again, it was just me, and it was all day, and I had to keep smiling like Cheshire Cat, and also laughing. And I did doubt my ability. By the end of it, I was like, really, I can't do this anymore. I can't do that big smile. And he'd say, go ha ha ha. So I go ha 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 ha. And I just, by the end of the day, I just didn't want to laugh anymore. All day I had to do that. And I did doubt my ability. I don't consider myself an actress at all. I'm not an actress. and no training, and I occasionally have to act. And I do doubt my ability as an actress. I can't learn lines either.
So we're almost wrapping up now, just a few little questions. Where do you see this going? Where do you desire it to go? Because you mentioned you have some vision boards and things. Because this is what I want women to know. Even when it feels amazing, it can be better. And then you get to the point where you're like, I really don't see how it can get better. And it can get better. And so I want, you're in a great place now, and it can get better. So what are your dreams?
It can get better because I have things that I really want to do, like visiting gorillas that in Uganda.
Oh.
That is a huge dream. I've wanted to do that for many years. I was hoping it was going to happen this March, but because of everything that's going on in the world, it's highly unlikely to happen. And then we will be out of season, so who knows what is going to happen. I have some big dreams, but I don't really want to talk about them.
No, that's absolutely fine.
I don't know what, like when you make a wish when you cut a cake and you don't share it.
I always say that if it's something really close to your heart, keep the energy here.
Yes.
Don't spread it out. Keep it focused. So I totally honor that. I really do. Final question, because I don't think that I could have Caroline Labouchere here without asking. Any health or beauty tips for women, particularly over 40, but I know I've got a strong audience between like 35 and 65, 70. So any health or beauty tips that you think have really made a difference for you?
I think seeing a dermatologist, and I went to see her because of a mole, which was a happy mole in the end, not an unhappy mole. But seeing her has changed my life because I always assumed you had to go to a cosmetologist for face issues. But in fact, she knows everything there is to know about skin, and it is her speciality. So I use Neutrogena, basic skin cream, but she prescribed a cream that is made specifically for you and is not expensive at all in the ground. I think it's 150 dirhams or something. And I use that on top of my moisturiser at night time.
On top of moisturiser?
Yeah, it's very drying, but it has really made a big difference. So the prescribed cream, basic skincare routine. Food-wise, I don't eat sugar during the week. I'm pretty green, although we'll probably eat meat maybe once or twice a week. And then at the weekend, I eat Maltesers because I love Maltesers.
This is a very British
British thing. Yes, crumpets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I eat whatever I want, but in small quantities during the weekend, and in the week I'm very well behaved.
So it's about conscious living, basically, right? It's
What
consciously.
works for you? And
Yes.
it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't eat until lunchtime. And I have
intermittent
I don't
fasting.
but I did that even when I was at school. I never wanted to eat breakfast.
Is there any last message you'd like to give to ladies out there that
Get a
we haven't
dog.
covered? Oh yeah.
Get a dog. It has got me through huge depressions, having dogs. They get you out, and unconditional love and stroking a dog, I think, is good for you. Getting me out in the morning and having the routine of feeding them. Maybe I couldn't live without my dogs. Wherever my dogs are is my home.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, what an ending moment. I have to thank you so
Thank
much.
you
I
very
think,
much.
you know, what an inspiration. And ladies, it is never too late. Whatever desire is in your soul, I always say this, it's given to you for a reason. You know, I don't have the same desire as you, and neither does, well, you probably don't have the same desire as me, right? We're all have these different desires inside of us. And why? Because they are meant to be expressed. We have free will, whether we do it or not, but it's there. And if you allow yourself, you give yourself permission to do it, and if you need help, you get help clearing what's stopping you, the life that's waiting for you is what I call the elegant life. So
Yeah, well said. One other thing was, like you said, ask for help. There is so much help out there, and you can only ask, even if the person says no, which hopefully they won't. But yeah, no, you're not going to say no.
I would never say no.
No. So yeah,
Yeah.
ask for help.
Definitely. Thank you, and make it an elegant day. We'll see you next week.